Tommy's like, nah, that ain't me. Ain't nobody got no gold this time. He had to go hard.
What's your mic like?
Alright.
Y'all see that, British?
Got that good, I'm that plug that you need. Just know nothing's for free. Yeah, it's gon' cost you a fee. If you wanna feel this good, got that good, I'm that plug that you need. Just know nothing's for free. Yeah, it's gon' cost you a fee. If you wanna feel this good. I was looking for a permanent flight, but couldn't find it. The red eye had Fred high like Jedi with mind tricks. What goes up comes down quicker than eyelids on blinks. It's the best way I think I could describe this. Try to escape reality like a side flick when pain and regret walk with me like a sidekick. I know I ain't the only one going through it. Grinding was looking for something to suppress the stress I'm in. So I turn to weed and liquor as my vice and go-to when I need a fixer. Until somebody put me on to a sweet elixir. The aroma of the potion is the sweetest mixture. It's a steady fix, a ready mix, better than ready whip. The best high ever when feeling the weight of heaviness. They call it Christ, it's pure, uncut, already flip. I'm thinking I could be the plug and serve this thing on any strip. Good, I'm that plug that you need. Just know nothing's for free. Yeah, it's gon' cost you a fee. If you wanna feel this good, got that good, I'm that plug that you need. Just know nothing's for free. Yeah, it's gon' cost you a fee. If you wanna feel this good. Now I'm on the block like it's the mountain. I'm pitching Christ, head crack. Got them scratching heads like an itch from lice. No money down, the only catch is to live for Christ. Sell your soul to his control and you can start to live your life. Some heads didn't come back because they ditched advice. Didn't heed instruction and felt the need to switch their vice. You get what you pay for, man, I list the price. Give your life and one hit of this here, get you right. I'm the plug that you looking for. I ain't that nigga cooking raw, selling drugs in front of liquor stores. I'm with a bunch of goons suited up for a different war. Serving anyone from fiends to teens and stripper whores. So you can find me in the kitchen more. Chefing until a dish is born and serve that thing in spitting form. Cause that's what I've been commissioned for. So come and holler if you looking for good now that you've been informed. I know you wanna feel it. Come get a bag of that real here. Yeah, we in the kitchen whipping something up. I'm in the kitchen whipping something up. Yeah, I know y'all wanna feel it. Come get a bag of that real here. Yeah, we in the kitchen whipping something. I'm that plug that all of y'all wanna deal with. Got that good, I'm in the kitchen whipping something up. Just know nothing's for free. Yeah, I'm in the kitchen whipping something up. Got that good, I'm in the kitchen whipping something up. Just know nothing's for free. Yeah, I'm in the kitchen whipping something up.
What? Come on, what? Yeah! Yo! If you wanna feel this good!
No tengo quien me dé un consuelo. Buscaré otro cariño que me haga olvidar mis penas. Si otro amor no confía en mí, mejor será que me muera. Yo ya no.
Will by comparisons, words are like kerosene. They can light a torch or they scorch if they settle in. Before there is war, there is gossip and meddling. New news, not good news, is all that you're peddling. Okay, wait up, I'm realizing you don't care about me, but my paper. Your makeup is making up for what you
ya no.
Yo, we are back live on the hype. It's been a minute.
Okay, I hear you.
I got Alex in the studio,
You,
aka Zengo Tita,
aka Zengo, aka Z.
aka Zengo Flow. Let's go.
Zengo, pa' que lo sepa, papi.
Yo, man, it's been a crazy couple of weeks, and we got Governor DeSantis saying we're in phase 3 now, but
Phase 3 of what?
of getting back to normal.
Oh yeah.
So restaurants are opening up to full capacity.
About time.
If you got a mask, make sure you're still wearing it for the meantime.
Bars are open.
Yes, bars are open.
Right.
It's getting crazy and
They
reckless out there.
I
again.
went to what is it? Ember, the Wine
Ember?
Down Wednesday.
Wine Down Wednesday.
Yeah, and
Okay.
it just felt like old times again.
We're getting to a place where we can be I guess comfortable out in society again, but
yeah.
I think people are nervous still. I know people are nervous.
Oh yeah.
And even on Facebook, I had a friend that one of his family members just passed away from COVID.
Yeah.
So
RIP.
it's still out there. The risk is still out there, but
There is a lot of inconsistencies with the information we're receiving.
yes.
But at the end of the day, I think people just realize they need people more than they thought they did.
yes.
And so it's like they're willing to risk it all at this point just to get out and have some social interaction.
Yes, and I think
You know what I mean?
we had enough of the social media aspect.
Oh,
Because
this is crazy. it's I had to get off. I'm totally off the grid, as you know. But if I was on, I might be. I don't know. I don't know where I'd be right now. I would be home
I feel you. I feel
under
you.
under the covers with a bottle of Vicks, like eating it.
Eating it just to stay safe. Oh my god.
You know, I had an uncle that used to eat Vicks every night before going to sleep.
Yeah. I
You
know.
ever heard of that before?
My in-laws actually don't eat Vicks, but they'll put it on their temples.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
they'll,
I
like,
do that. I
they'll
put on
it-
my temples, my nose, my chest every night
Yeah.
before I go to sleep. You don't do that?
so you can sleep easy.
So I can sleep easy, bro.
Knock
So
out to the fumes.
It's like a force field, bro. No evil spirits, no corona, nothing gets through that,
Nothing
bro.
gets through Vicks.
Thank God for Vicks. Who invented Vicks?
The lovely people at Vicks.
But there had to be like a person that was just like,
We'll have to do a history moment on our next show on Vicks. Speaking of history, Lecrae is actually doing a song with Latin Christian reggaeton artist
superstar.
Funky.
That's crazy.
That's a huge crossover for the industry.
Wow.
It's dope.
That's like
So-
it's kind of like let me see, how would I? It's like Drake doing a song with
Bad Bunny.
Not Bad Bunny. Like Tempo. Like who's like
Maybe Daddy Yankee. Daddy Yankee. Let's say Drake and Daddy Yankee.
Daddy
That's
Yankee.
probably a little bit closer.
like yeah.
But what's crazy though is like, not for nothing. Like I about what was it 2006?
Mm-hmm.
I went to Costa Rica with Funky
What?
and
2006.
yeah,
wow.
we went
That's
to
like
Costa
right after
Rica.
college.
Yeah, right after high school, right in that college
right
area.
before college. Yeah.
Yeah. It was dope because I got to rock the stage with him.
Yeah.
Yo, he packed out a football stadium, and it's soccer.
Oh, I don't hear you on the headphones.
We probably
no more.
got. I don't know if we got cut off audio wise. We got cut off audio wise. Oh no. Okay, we good.
Okay, I
it's
hear you again.
just us in the studio.
I got you.
But we had packed out a full soccer stadium
what?
and like 20,000 people. I got to rap in front of them.
Dope.
We did a whole campaña. We did a campaign with them.
Yeah.
Anti-drugs. And it was crazy because the week we got there was the first week that... no, actually, it wasn't Costa Rica. My bad.
But you done got the whole
Bro,
country wrong, bro.
It's Paraguay. Sorry. Paraguay. My apologies to the people of Paraguay. And honestly...
Everyone in Costa Rica was like, I don't remember this concept.
No, but seriously, no, I went to Costa Rica the year after. That's my
Okay,
mix
man,
up.
you just a world traveler, bro.
Well, I did missions with the youth group.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah, so
Dope. I never got
Yeah.
to go on a missions trip.
yeah, man,
With
it's
the
a
youth group.
life-changing experience.
I'm sure it
you know,
is.
especially when you take advantage of things like ice
Yeah.
and like warm water when you take a shower. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
these are things that like are luxuries in the States.
That's
and-
true.
and so-
You know, it's something that I realized when I traveled outside of the country that I was like, this is a huge luxury here, is our public transportation here.
Oh yeah.
So like if you go to somewhere that has, you know, like say you're in New York and there's a subway or most bigger cities, if the thing is closing on you, you can fight it back and you can win. Like you can get into the train, right? And the
Yeah.
whole train will wait for one individual, right? Yo, I remember when I went to France was the first time I left the country, and I thought it was the same thing, bro. I almost lost my arm. Like I put in like the thing, like it was like yo, trying to straight chop my arm off, and I'm just like there, and it's like going off with like my fingers stuck in it,
oh my god.
and it was crazy, and I was just like, I'm not in America no
They're
more.
like, no freedom fries here.
No, yeah, it's crazy.
No freedom fries here.
Yep.
But
yeah, you do appreciate the small things, right?
Yeah, it's the little things, and but that, like I said, we did the show in Paraguay, and 20,000 people. We did a anti-drug campaign, and it was like the first week in Paraguay when we got there was the first week that ecstasy showed up in the schools.
Oh wow.
So it was like,
So
it
did
was a
this
new
happen
drug.
before or after
Like-
you guys got there?
Yo, it happened. No, it happened before we got there.
Okay.
We didn't show up with ecstasy.
As soon as we showed up, the ecstasy boom took place in Paraguay.
No, this guy. Oh, man.
Coincidence?
Coincidence? No,
I think not.
No, but it was crazy though, because we did a full on. The government let us do an anti-drug campaign
What?
and actually do skits and
Dope.
you know, speak at the schools, which is
Yeah.
crazy because it's like we think about it like here, like it's like having a bunch of Christians go around to public schools, and that's like,
That's what I do, bro.
you know, Christians in public schools is kind of like they want to make us quiet. They'll just, hey, just go play basketball with them. FCA.
Come on. Come on. You can't get into the meat.
Yeah. So ironically, you know,
They're open to it.
separation of church and state, but then freedom of religion. It's kind of a
peop-
contrary idea.
Yeah, people get it. Well, this is a whole other. We about to go there. I want to go back to what you're saying with Paraguay and then like
Yeah.
them being cool with you guys coming into school and doing
Yeah.
the anti-drug. So what does it look like? Because I'm a teacher and
Yeah.
I teach life skills and I teach character development in West Orlando, and part of it is almost like when I'm teaching, I'm like, yo, do I really have to tell kids drugs are bad? Like, like right?
and-
you
and-
think it's almost like it's common knowledge. So it's like, how do we go about an anti-drug campaign? And is marijuana included in that anti-drug campaign?
Well,
or-
and that the thing is, when we went, it was more of a holistic thing, like getting the after effects of drugs. So
Okay.
like when we would do our skits, it would be
like
like
addiction,
like
death.
someone addicted to heroin, or someone addicted to, you know, or an alcoholic, or different things like that.
How it affects relationships and
how it
family and
affects your
stuff.
family,
Okay.
and how it affects you as a person in
Yeah.
general. And so there would be skits, and basically we showed how basically there's a whole spiritual warfare going at play as well.
Ooh.
So it was pretty cool. It was good stuff. It was like definitely very scripted. Definitely
Of course, yeah.
aimed towards kids so that they could just kind of see nothing too like
It sounds
crazy or
very
anything.
like Fuego Pentecostal.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, the church I went to and everything, like I respect them and everything that, you know, how they raised our youth and raised us.
Yeah.
But it was definitely very like anti any drug.
How do you like quantify if you were successful or not?
Well,
You know what I mean? What is-
it's just like kind of like with if you've ever been to a youth group, you know, they always have the prayers afterwards. They always do
Okay,
that,
got
praying
you.
with the kids.
Got
and stuff.
you.
And they allowed us
The
to pray with the
sinner's
kids.
prayer.
Yeah, you know. And, you know, that's what we could do. But then we also left other people there,
Mm-hmm.
the churches. We work with the local churches.
Okay.
So when we work with the local churches, they follow up with them.
Okay.
which is like I think probably the biggest thing whenever you're doing any type of mission trip or any type of ministry outside of your city. Whenever you're doing it, you got to make sure if you're going to lead someone to Christ, you want to leave them in a place where they can go to a church that they trust afterwards.
And, yeah. I think so part of why I never went on a mission trip was just, first of all, I was broke. I just didn't have the money, and I didn't feel like doing all the fundraisers. So that was the first thing. But the second thing was, I heard, right, and you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of times these short-term mission trip do more damage than they do good because you're going and you're like using up their resources. You know what I mean? They're giving you, because these Latin countries are very hospitable. You know what I mean? And it's like they'll give you the shirt off your back and then they'll like freeze in the cold. You know what I mean? And so, or give you the food that they have and then like their dog dies from starvation. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's just like, how do you do something like this, a short-term mission trip where you're really trying to help? And I've heard some that do it, like, I guess, well, they'll pay for like their everything, and they'll pay for their own place to stay. They'll pay for like their food. They'll pay for it, right? And they bring resources with them, because a lot of times these countries are under-resourced, right? And then like focus on the main work is like kind of equipping people there with resources and with stuff that they don't have, but that's easily accessible to us.
Yeah, and if you want to dive into like short-term missions, I think some of the more effective ones are the ones, because I've been on like different types of trips. Mm-hmm. So some of the effective ones I've been on, I think, was when we went to an orphanage. Mm-hmm. And we help build part of their orphanage. Okay. Like we did concrete. Yeah. We did, actual like free labor for them. Got you. You know, and then we also hung out with the kids and talked to them about Christ. Yeah. So that's one way of.
So it's like doing a service project.
Yeah. Yeah. And then there's also the other option, where you kind of work with the local churches and visit different events. But when we did that, we were very specific in prepaying for everything we did. Got you. And when it comes to raising money, for me, that was like, okay, so I was always broke growing up. Mm-hmm. I'm like straight up. Yeah, I'm sure. So, but the one thing that I know is that if God calls you to do something, He'll provide. Come on, somebody. You know, and I'm not even trying to.
Can I speak in tongues on this show?
You know. So, you know, we talk about that, and it's a really deep issue, like, because people sometimes will not or are scared to do missions because they have lack of faith in God providing. But the thing is, honestly, if God wants you to do something, He'll make it happen.
He'll make a way.
Yeah. So, like, for example, even me going to Southeastern, I shouldn't have gone to a private college.
Oh, you and me both, brother. Like, I had no business.
We had no business going to a private college. You know, maybe a little in debt for it, but
we met each other.
We met each other. You know we got the grants. Yeah. You know, we got the the scholarships and everything in place.
I just tell people I paid $80,000 for some really good friends. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Exactly, bro. For real. Like, for real.
You never know. I saw a video.
I saw that on camera.
I saw a video where it was like how you don't know, like you going in and it's always like that awkward, like someone it's just like going for the pound and the other person just grabs it and it's just like a stick shift.
Oh my gosh. That's great. Oh my gosh.
But another question to follow that, something that I often think about, right? And I think it's dope, right? If you're, Latino and you're going to like another Latino country and stuff. Yeah. But what you see a lot is people who are completely unfamiliar with the culture, with the language, right? And then they're going to this place, and it's almost like, to me. And I'm not trying to say everyone is like this, but like I get a sense of like, we can do this, like we can do this ourselves, like you know what I mean? Like we have the faith, we have Bibles, we know how to read, like there's and so for me it's always kind of weird when I'm seeing people from other cultures, other nationalities, and then they're coming to my country or my culture, and then trying to preach to us, right? I know that there's a lot of people whose hearts are in the right place and stuff. But I think a lot of times, right, what happens is we end up, especially in South America, like they correlate Protestantism, right,
Yeah.
to success. Right,
Yeah.
and so in America, they see, oh, America's a Protestant nation and they're a successful nation. We're Catholic nations, and we've struggled with the
Yeah.
economy, with poverty, with whatever politics, whatever it may be,
Yeah.
for years and years and years. So it's like, let's welcome these Americans and their Protestantism, right? And if we convert, maybe we'll be more successful like them economically.
Well, that I can't dive into that question. That sounds a lot deeper. That sounds like something that even in general, like, what is the move? Like, do we move to liberalism because America's liberal? Do we move to socialism because
and then
that's deeper. But
Yeah.
honestly, to kind of like piggyback and kind of go back on what you were saying, one thing that I loved about my church is that whenever we did go to another country, we learned actually a little bit about the country as far as culture.
Yeah.
We learned about like their foods, what to expect, and then the biggest thing that they taught, and it's kind of like, Jesus said it, Paul said it. Whenever you come into someone's house and they feed you, eat whatever's given to you, and we would eat it completely. Now, on that note, I could tell you one story that, I was a very picky person. I'm a picky person eating wise.
Still.
Not as much anymore.
Yeah.
My wife like opened up my appetite for vegetables and everything like that. It was crazy.
Gross.
I was like anti-vegetables, yes,
Vegetables.
and fish and all that. I just couldn't do it. Anyway, so the
didn't know
first
that.
trip I went on,
Yeah.
I had me and Frank Rose, and we stayed at someone's house, and they were excited to have us over.
Yeah.
The kids gave up their room, and I was like,
And
I
they
felt
sleeping
bad.
on the
I felt
roof.
bad, you know what I mean? No, they were in the living room.
In the dog house.
So here's the crazy part. So
Yeah.
we stay, and then they're like, the first thing we got there, they're like, yo, we made you our favorite snack.
Some
And we got-
bacalao.
and we got some soda.
Mhm. Wait, soda was the favorite snack?
No, soda was just like,
Okay.
it was a big deal because
I'm
they
like, I was
normally-
about to
they
be,
normally-
the
they don't
struggle
buy
was
soda.
worse than
They don't buy
I even
soda.
thought.
Soda's like almost like a luxury.
We got some dinner for y'all.
Soda's like popping out a
Pepsi.
bottle of champagne, you know what I mean?
Okay, got
or a
you.
bottle of wine,
Yeah.
So that was them. And the meal was these sandwiches stacked. And
Yeah.
me and Frankie looked at each other, like, okay, we gotta eat this, whatever
Sandwich?
it is. And whatever it is, don't make a face. Like, don't. So at the time, Frankie was my translator because I could barely speak Spanish at
Yeah.
the time. And it was funny because what we ate was
Bat.
a bologna sandwich with bologna, tomato, and ketchup.
Sounds like an amazing combination.
Mind you, at the time,
Delectable.
I didn't like ketchup on any of my food.
No way.
I didn't like tomatoes on my food.
Bro, but all Puerto Ricans love ketchup, bro.
I know.
But no lie, I hated
could do
ketchup too.
I could do ketchup and mayonnaise, like the mayo ketchup. I could do that.
Ketchup and pasteles.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know how people do ketchup on rice. I'm sorry, y'all.
Ketchup
If y'all
on
eat ketchup on your rice, that's a bit much.
That's my pops.
Yeah.
Ketchup on fried chicken. Is that just a Puerto Rican thing?
That makes a little bit more sense. Like ketchup on.
Yeah.
Anyways, so it was like ketchup, tomato, and then bologna. I didn't like bologna, especially like because you could throw bologna on a pan. It actually tastes like
Yeah.
spam. You know what I mean? Like, you can cook it.
Bro, spam is
But
life.
it was just like raw bologna, tomato, and ketchup. Bro, it tasted squishy. It tasted like
Oh, gross.
the texture of it was just
It's wrong.
not like it. It was all wrong in my mouth. It
Yeah.
was like all wrong, and I ate it with a smile on my face.
Look at you, bro.
And me and my boy looked at each other. We just
Doing the Lord's work.
and I'm gonna tell you, since that day, I was like, let me do my best to at least whenever I get food in front of me
Yeah.
to eat it, because there's people out there eating
Bro.
bologna sandwiches.
You know what? This should be like a new session on the show. Every week, there's gonna be some like exotic food or just something that shouldn't be eaten.
You know-
and I'm gonna bring it for you,
I'm
and you
actually-
eat it in front of everybody with a smile, no matter how much you like
You
it
know
or not.
what, Miguel? I'm a try and follow up on that. We'll try and get.
How does that sound?
You know who does that? Selena. So we'll have her bring, because she had me try some crazy stuff. She had me try snacks from Israel.
Oh.
Yeah, so she got the box where you could try different foods from
Yeah.
different countries.
Okay.
And so I'm gonna tell her to bring them in. We'll have
Dope.
to do that.
Nice.
Try
Nice.
different things. But
Yo,
you know,
I'm about it.
I do want to play your video.
Oh, let's do it, man.
Yeah, so we're gonna play
All right, cool. Yeah, no rush.
so this video we'll get intro to it. It's a cover
Yeah.
of Bob Marley.
Yep. No, it is.
No Woman No Cry, but
Uh-huh.
but it's a different spin on it.
Yeah.
And I think we can all relate to this right now.
I hope so, man.
I don't know, like
I hope it brings a smile to your face.
I'm not gonna lie, I saw it and I shared it with like 5 people right after.
For real? Man, that's what's up. Like you
Bro.
actually showed it to them, like on your-
Yeah. I was like, bro, you
That's
gotta see
love,
this.
man. that's love. I appreciate it, man.
So
I thought it was gonna go viral.
it should have. Actually, after this show, I'm actually gonna post it on my Facebook.
Yeah. Okay.
I posted on my Twitter.
I think it's kind of hard to make something go viral when you don't have social media. That's what
Yeah.
I realized.
yeah.
I like texted it to like the 10 people I know, and I was just like, "Let's
They're
make
like-
this go viral,
they're like-
guys."
They're like, cool. Cool.
They are. All of them loved it. I think we have. What's
What's going on?
What's up, man?
Yo, we got Payne walking in the studio. Did you find the video, Miguel?
Yeah, it's downloaded.
All right.
Welcome.
What's
up,
going
man?
on, brother? Bro, grab a seat. We're actually live right now. And we about to play a track. And we're just stalling right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I was.
Huh?
I'm downloading the video right
He's
now.
down.
All right. So just a little background on the track.
Yeah, so the track.
Yeah, so it was like I think we were like maybe 2 months into COVID or 3 months into the pandemic, and I was just losing my mind.
Yeah.
And I play ukulele. I play a little bit of guitar, but I was sitting down, and I love reggae music, and I just started playing "No Woman No Cry," and it's crazy. This like I feel like it, like the song, it just came to me. You know what I mean? Like I was just sitting there, and it's really when you got nothing else to do, and you just you just inside your mind. You know what I mean? And it just and I was just like, you know what? I need something that expresses the way I feel right now, and I feel like other people would love it as well. You know, if we can all relate on this level.
Yeah.
And I got love from like my 10 friends that liked it. But
All right, Miguel. Let's play Corona Life.
Let's go.
where
Said I remember when we used to sit in the dining rooms at our favorite restaurants, over serving the customers as they would mingle with the good people they knew. Now we wash our hands, we sanitize 100 times a day. Hey, in this tissue. Yeah, I fear I may run out of storage, but at least I've still got you. Corona life. Corona life. Hey, little darling, don't shed no tears. We might get infected and die.
Yo, we are back live on the
Yo.
hype. That was Z with Corona Life.
Corona Light. If you like the song, leave a message on the YouTube. Let me know.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. It's definitely one of the most hilarious remixes I've heard of No Woman, No Cry.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. It's the only remix of No Woman No Cry I've heard.
I feel like Weird Al's got one. I don't know.
That's my
He might.
my competition.
That's your competition right now. So we got Payne in the studio. Yeah, we got Payne in the studio. Feel free to get up on that mic. Show it some love.
Welcome.
Yo.
Welcome.
So super excited. Payne says he's from down south, Fort Lauderdale, but now he's an
Lauderdale.
Orlando native.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I used to live in Boca. That sounds for me that everyone I say Boca to, that sounds really bougie. But I was born in
Boca's hood.
it is now.
Yeah.
But before it was
It was pristine.
It was,
Yeah.
pristine.
It was like
pristine.
Little West Palm.
But it's
Yeah.
like in Pompano is right there too, no?
Right.
Yeah. So-
My father lived in Pompano, and I mean,
Pompano
some
Beach
of our-
High graduate, man.
I was
Yeah,
actually-
for real?
Yeah.
Get out of here! I know a few people that graduated Pompano actually.
Yeah,
It's crazy to me how like once Kodak blew up, then everyone's like, oh, Pompano must be like really really hood, and then like before that, like,
Yo, before Kodak, everyone from South Florida would say, or everyone from Fort Lauderdale would say they were from Miami.
yeah,
Yo,
and now they
I
say
hated it.
Pompano,
Now
right?
they say Broward. Now they
Broward,
say Pompano.
yeah.
Now they break
bro,
it down.
it's so
That's
funny.
true.
Like I
That's
did an
so true.
event out in Fort Lauderdale, and I was like, "Yo, the Verb's coming to Miami." They're like, "Nah, say Fort Lauderdale." I was like, "Oh my
Oh,
bad,
Broward, yeah,
Right.
Broward." You know, they be
Yeah.
shouting out Broward.
yeah.
Gavi,
He's from
Hollywood. Actually.
okay. Oh, okay.
So I actually
Hollywood
met.
Boardwalk is really nice.
The funny thing is, we went to college with Gavi.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
So
That's what's
um,
up. And how long you been in Orlando, bro?
2009, dating myself. 2009 graduate from high school, came over for UCF.
Oh, okay. So
And just
Man.
stayed.
so you
yeah,
he's younger than us.
yeah.
We're not going to date ourselves.
Let's not
but-
date ourselves. We're not gonna get there.
Yo, man, 30's the new 20. I told you that.
That's what I try.
We're gonna say 40s and the 20 next year, like a
That's
couple
what I
years.
try
No,
to tell myself, man. So tell us what you do, Payne. Like what are some of your influences? What do you hope to do with your music for those who aren't familiar?
Okay, break it down. That was like a lot of them.
Yeah,
that was like.
Let's start with.
I can talk.
So
for 6 hours.
we could
Yeah.
talk about We the Future movement, what you got going on, and we could talk about Hippie Hideout, because all of this is good stuff. If you guys aren't aware, this guy's hosting an open mic. He's doing his thing. He's been repping and actually putting people on for the city and uniting people, because I think
Okay.
that's a bigger part of another reason why I wanted to get him on the show, because I need, people may not know who he is, but I want them to know the artist behind the movement.
Big bet, and I appreciate that intro too, man. Yeah, okay, so We the Future is my brainchild. It's essentially where I store like all of my belief system. As an artist myself, and this is literally all dating back to high school in Pompano High. I was the rapper kid, only one in the school. It was a different kind of feeling. I came to UCF. Wow, I'm like one of the only people that's like seriously doing the music thing, like doing shows and things like that. And what I realized is that there wasn't a lot of opportunity for the students that were artists as well.
Mhm.
I'm at at this point, the second largest school in the nation. It's now the number one.
Yeah.
Was the second largest school in the nation, where we're bringing Kendrick. We brought J. Cole. We brought Drake on his first album out to perform as a school, but they're not putting any of their students on stage with them. That blew my
Got
heart.
you.
It's like,
Yeah.
come on, man. You have talent right here that you can blow up and they'll rep you.
Yeah.
So when I graduated, that's when, I think that's around the time that me and you met, like 2015, 2016. That's when I'm now the not just a UCF artist guy. Like now I'm Orlando. I'm out here trying to build a name. And at that time, that's when it hit me like, okay, it's not just me that had to go through this, where I'm like the one artist by myself and everyone doesn't really get it. It was every artist feeling like that. So WTF was like birthed from that. It's like, okay, I need these platforms. I have a degree in event management as a rapper. Why don't I provide the platforms? At that
Yep.
point.
Yeah, and I think what's really dope about it is that I met you. I think, was it through Fusion? Maybe it was through Fusion.
I think so. Out of Kissimmee too. at that point.
I know that because I've been in the scene, and I don't want to date myself, but I've been in the scene for a while. I've seen like the local shows by UCF at Natura's. I don't know if you remember. Natura was one of the spots.
Yeah,
it was like they used to do open
right
mics
On
there.
Elephant University.
Yeah,
behind
Elephant
Kenzo.
University. Yeah, so they used to do their thing representing. I've actually. It's so funny. I pulled up a video where I rapped at one of the UCF galas back in the day. Actually, back in 2009. So actually 2007. So that's where I'm dating myself.
Were you mixed up with Elements?
Elements, yes. Elements was a big crew that, bro, I used to go out to the UCF campus and I'd rap like right in between classes and stuff like that.
Dope.
I used to go with Nowadays, Sincere, Frank Rose, Mad Ills. We used to do ciphers in the parking lots and different things like that. My cousins used to go to UCF and do longboard down the parking lots.
I was a part
getting
of
in trouble, getting kicked out, all the good stuff,
That's what's up.
But I seen you perform live. I seen your energy. It's one of those that like, it's absent sometimes. Like people think, okay, I drop music, that's it. You know what I mean? But they're not bringing the performance with them. I've seen you live. You bring the energy. You bring that vibe, and you make people wonder, okay, who is this guy? I got to talk to him after his set. So that's one thing that I respect. And I was telling this guy, about how you do the hippie hideout. Well, how when you were coming up with ideas for the show, I know that you guys usually use rec centers, right, for your events?
Nah, this is the one event that we've done that, and it's just been there forever now. At this point, we've grown with the venue. It's a crazy story, like in terms of like, if I could touch on that, that's like, that shows purely what it is we're doing in terms of we're artists first, but it's not about just making music. Artists change the world. Like if you're talking about the Bob Marleys, the Tupacs, the people that actually came in with messages, and granted, those are the ones that got killed for it too. I don't want to just list those ones, but but the idea that
you're gonna die if you really love music. No, I'm just kidding.
Right, wrong.
If you're still alive, you're doing something wrong.
I guess we say it like this: if you really care about what you're really about, you'll be willing to stand up and say anything. I guess that's a better way to say it. But like the idea that as far as Hippie Hideout, we started at a community center, still at the same community center, and at the time they weren't really an event space. They were more of like, they do classes, meditation classes, yoga, those kind of things. But our vibe musically fit very well with that. Like whereas like a lot of shows don't get that. You can't bring a lot of shows to that space. It just won't make sense spiritually. Here we are a year and a half later. Corona happened right at our year anniversary, the same month of our 1 year anniversary for Hippie, and the space itself lost a lot of their clientele when it comes to like weekly classes, of course. Because
where was the space at?
It's called Community Center 729.
Okay,
it's right off of Mills and Colonial.
Oh, okay.
And they lost a lot of their clientele, and what we were able to do, and this shows how grassroots we are as an organization, not just like artists. We're now populating their full schedule. We're making sure this place stays open. They're making more money than they were before COVID.
Get out of here.
So like, not just using our artistry to try to line our pockets, which if you're really an artist, you know that this is not the way to make your money. It's not where the money really comes from. But the idea that we actually growing the community with what we're doing.
I like that.
That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that shows that there's a little bit more heart into what you're doing rather than, I'm just trying to make it as an artist and make money. I think the artistry behind music and doing these live shows, one of the biggest things that I love about music is the community aspect. You get people together. So when COVID happened and shut everything down, it was tough because it's like, dude, like, being around other artists, it's harder to continue to want to do music and get that vibe to like, okay, I want to rock the mic. Like, I want to rock the mic so I can be in front of my phone while I do perform an IG live show. Like, the energy is not there. Like, getting hearts thrown at you is not.
That's the approach we had with the whole Corona thing. My team will tell you, they on live right now, like, yo, you saying the same stuff, bro. When I say, like, at the beginning of Corona, the first, like I said, we were doing our 1 year anniversary that month. That was a devastating blow to have to cancel our 1 year anniversary. It was, a very consistent event that we were able to keep going once a month, and it was growing and growing and growing. And the idea that our first thought was, all right, what is this Corona thing? First off, what is this? Like, what does this actually mean? By mid-April, our operations was back on point as if nothing stopped. Yeah, we did kind of convert into the live thing. That's what everyone was kind of subject to. But the whole time we knew that doing our lives was only building the presence for when we pop back up outside. Because there's no way you're going to tell an artist you're never performing in front of people again. That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
A real artist is never going to stand for that. So why not at the beginning of it try to figure out the way to still make it happen instead of waiting for them to tell you
like
the
that.
rules.
Yeah.
Like, there's no rules. Just go do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first hip hop shows are in the street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like
On the
it.
corner.
Yeah. It's I think it's just it's become too mainstream, and so it's like if we don't do it a certain way, right? It's like unacceptable. But really, like we should be trailblazers, right? We should be creating a new path, and I think now's the perfect time to do that.
Yeah, man, we are the beginning of hip hop again. Like this is the Great Depression again. When there's high oppression and no one knows what to do, that's when the minds get active.
Yeah, that's where
You know
art
what I'm saying?
flourishes. To tell you the truth,
It's a renaissance. That's what it is.
Yep.
And it's funny because I told my friend, I talk with another artist named YB, and we talked about how everyone has been leveled.
Right.
Like, even if you're Kanye West or you're, Lecrae or you're these bigger artists, you're on the same playing field now. Now you're subject to your own social media. You're subject to your own.
You're just like us.
Like
now.
you don't have the stadiums packed out. Now you have to worry about like, okay,
yeah,
how am I gonna get my bread?
they're just a little more comfortable than us.
Of course.
Well, I would argue that they're more uncomfortable than we are right now. Let me tell you why. They have a certain standard of living at this point.
Yeah.
And they're only losing money. That's why you got Travis Scott making McDonald's meals. And
That's
let's be honest
when
about
I
it.
saw Travis Scott in a McDonald's commercial, I was just like, COVID is real.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
a
because they were
problem.
already established and they have these licensings and stuff in these bigger places and things that they can't do anything. Labels aren't allowing their artists to do anything.
Yeah.
The underground doesn't stop. You get what I'm saying? The community grassroots never stops.
That's
And
true.
that, as long as we recognize that, we can continue operating as much as we want to worldwide. We don't really need the regulation.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
That's
yeah,
true.
and it's it was tough because I actually canceled my tour. I canceled. It was an 8-city tour. An 8-city tour was the first tour that I planned too. So there was that.
Yeah.
And then I canceled 4 open mic events. So it was
That's
tough.
crazy.
It was really tough. Yeah.
Before I forget, you said that you're hosting an open mic, no?
yeah.
And where's that at?
That's at the Community Center
Oh, it's at the
729.
okay.
It's called Hippie Hideout. At this point, we now do 2 a month.
Yeah.
There's a mom and pops version for pretty much the hippies of the 70s. They found out about our event and they were like, why don't we do our own version? We like to wear the turtlenecks and snap and all that kind of stuff. So first and third Saturdays of each month we do hippie hideout at this point.
Dope. And is it sign up? Is it on?
Yeah,
how
sign
do
up
you
at the
just
door.
show up? Sign
Yeah,
up
just
at
show
the
up,
door?
sign up. We go in the order of the list. It is mostly a open mic. We leave about an hour just for like 3 headliners.
Okay.
Just because it's an artist development event
Got
as
you,
well.
got
Like,
you.
Come get on the stage where
Yeah. I
people are
love
actually
it.
going to
Yeah.
support you too.
I
So-
love it, man. It seems like you're doing big things in the community. I really respect that.
Appreciate it.
I definitely want people to check out your music. So we're actually gonna
let's-
play
Ha.
2 Tears right now.
The Throwbie. Yo, we coming up on the 5-year anniversary next month, man.
Yeah. I like this one. So we're gonna play that one, and then we'll get back here with Pain. Let's go.
You know who it is. Happy with my life right now, all thanks to the man in the sky. Answer my prayers on time. Feel like my hands untied. All my fake friends went by. It was no surprise, but I had to accept that shit. Fresh up out of college, I expect that shit. But thankful for the ones that he left me with, that he blessed me with, that he blessed me with. Have you ever had to lean on a friend when your fam ain't there? Had to depend on a friend with no ends when you both ain't got any to spare. Remember the things that you did for me. When I get on we it's really yeah. Whenever I eat my chicken, we feasting like gluttons. We all deadly sinning there. Eating so we cannot fit in the chair. Do it for the nights I was hungry. Hearing sounds from my loud sad tummy. Had a frown, I ain't had no money. Had to fix that. Looking with a grip back, gotta get that. No, I wouldn't just sit back. Had to make these moves. Even if I didn't gotta break these rules, I'ma make it through. Oh, pain, what a name. Never a stranger to the game. Got a whole lot on my brain. I got a lot to say, I'ma take it to the stage like cry 2 tears in a bucket. 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 Just me and my brothers. Don't need no more of her. R.I.P. to my mother. Please tell my mama I love her. This shit made me tougher. She told me to go get them suckers. Cry 2 tears in a bucket. Cry 2 tears in a bucket. Cry 2 tears in a bucket. Cry 2 tears in a bucket.
Yeah, we are back live, man. I love, like I said, I love the energy. I love the We the Future movement. People are like, WTF? What does that mean? No, We the Future. We the Future, not what the... yeah, we're going to stop there. This is the radio. So, but it's definitely something dope. I know people in Orlando, I try and put them on to different things with the Ozone Effect. Ozone Effect's been around since 2013, actually, and we have been sharing everybody's flyers. We don't care if it's a trap show, boom bap, it could be an acoustic show, a punk rock show, whatever it is. I just been trying to keep, because it's more than just the music, it's the community. That's what I've always gathered around, when I do share the events and everything like that, how important it is. And I even tell people, because this is mainly a Christian based radio station, so I tell people, even if you're Christian, make your way out to these shows, because community is important.
Yeah.
Seeing people from where they are, rather than just saying, oh well, those are a bunch of...
No, exposure is important too. You're not gonna grow as a human being if you're not spending time with people who believe differently than you believe.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's like, we don't all have to agree, but we should try to understand each other.
Yo, I mean, if we want to touch on, because I'm definitely a spiritual person and grew up in the church myself, and that's actually what I've been studying a lot lately, recognizing that as artists, we kind of walk that same, and without sounding blasphemous, we walk that same line as Jesus. As far as like, we're the messengers, we have to stand up and speak. And the idea that that Jesus wasn't this guy that just said, oh, I'm royal, I know who I am, let me be away from everybody. Like, his best friends were thieves and strippers and all this other stuff, and it's because that made him understand all walks of life.
I get you.
You can't really deliver the right message if you don't understand.
Man, I wish, because I have another question, because I've in my experiences, right, I've noticed that a lot of times artists, right, will only walk with other artists, right? Or people they deem artists. I think everyone is an artist in their own way, shape, or form, right?
Hit it on the head.
Even
Yeah.
someone who's doing taxes, like that's an art to it. You know what I mean? And so that, like, I definitely, I love like your vibe, and I feel like when you talk about being like Jesus in that sense, where it's like, yo, we should be walking with people from all walks of life, right?
Yep.
Not just those who label themselves artists or believe how we believe or walk as we walk,
Right.
Yep.
right? And so I definitely feel that, man.
Yeah, I believe in challenging yourself, challenging who you are, and I think with everything that's been going on, it's even more important to see both sides, because yes, there's a lot of hurt that's going on. There's a lot of pain that's going on, and I think the only way that we can truly reconcile, rather than just protesting and being loud about it, you know what I mean, because there's a perfect time and place for that, but I think the real way to move past this is to just work with people and be with people that are different than you. Right. And so that's why I said, I post the flyers up. I've been to shows that I'm like, hey, this is not my scene, but I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna learn from it. I'm gonna grow with it. I've met a lot of great people. Like, I could say you're one of the great people that I've met, that even though we may not be like the same level or anything like that, it's just, challenging yourself to be open to learning about someone else's walk, because everybody's walk is different. And I think if we don't challenge ourselves, we're not growing, we're not becoming better people.
Amen.
In general.
I have a quick question before we end too, because we're at 2 minutes. Are you working on any music now? What's the next step for Pain?
Yeah.
Oh,
and then where can we find you?
What does the future hold?
That's crazy. All right, so I guess y'all get the announcement. Y'all get the actual first announcement.
Yeah. The hype exclusive.
There was a project developed during COVID called Viva La. I started a page for it too called Viva La Pain. Mm-hmm. You'll see what I mean by it's the Bob Marley feeling. It's kind of artist stepping into what we need to speak on, but that'll be November 6th.
November 6th.
That's soon.
Yeah, be coming soon. But I want to touch on what you said too, bro, because as far as like levels, I don't really see levels. There's no such thing as like different levels. Like you have a establishment, bro. There's a lot of people that don't have anything to show for what they care about. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that you have shows, and that's why I respect you. I wanted to give you some of your coins right quick before the time went up. But the fact that I see you on all the pop-up scenes. I'm the artist that went to every show. I go to every single show at one point. You know what I'm saying? I made sure I stopped at every single show. There's not many artists, there's not many curators, there's not many anybody in the city, being honest, that go to other people's things. So the fact that I see you
say it again. Say it for the people in the back.
Humility, man. A lot of these people, real, man.
The fact that you're at things is not, I know that you're not doing it for cloud. I know that you're not doing it because whatever. You're doing it because you actually care about the community. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Look
real.
At your shirt.
Orlando.
It's real.
So I'm here with you, brother, and I'm always gonna rock with people that are here for the community, bro.
I love it.
Yeah. So if you guys are trying to look for Pain, you can spell it out for them. It's IAMPVYNE. The V is very important. Please don't forget. That's IAMPVYNE. Yeah. So it's different. I know your last name's Pain, right?
Yeah,
and it's basically flipping the A.
Yeah.
So he's flipping the A.
Yeah, the V is to my mother, man. I lost my mom at 16. And I can say that now with this kind of energy because it is my strength. She's walking with me. You know what I mean? But lost her at 16, and my rap name up until I'm Pain, which is around the time that I met you, was B Pain, just my actual nickname. But me adding that V was like, all right, this is something I'm really doing for real. My mom is right in the middle of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
love it.
Well, that's what's up. We thank you so much for
vibes,
coming on.
Man. Good vibes all around, bro. Yeah.
Yes. Make sure you keep up with us. Subscribe, follow the pages. We love y'all. Have a great week. We're going to close out with Beautiful Chaos by Roy Tosh. Let's go.
Yo.
Lately I've been stuck in artificial